Alright, so to get this started, we're going to start a sketch, and I started that sketch on the front plane. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to draw just a profile of that. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line. I start right here. I'm going to draw out this way. Just draw a line straight up, and I'm going to bring one up at an angle. Come back over, and that one should line up, or should it? Yeah. And I come back up, and I lost my line. Come back. Now I'm going to come out this way, up, and all the way back over, and then I'll draw a line down to here. Okay, so that's my general shape. I just need to draw half of it. Alright, these two are already locked in, so I'll do some smart dimensioning. And now before I do that, I'm going to change this line to, actually I need that to be a center line. So I'm going to delete that just for a minute, and I'm going to draw a center line. And I'll draw it from this end point to that end point. Okay? Then I'm going to go in there and smart dimension. And here's why I like to make that a center line, because if I go from that line to this line and I hold out here, that gives me the overall, which was 3.44. Okay, then I'll do the same thing here on the bottom. And you want to go to the line though. And that bottom needs to be what? 2 inches. Okay, and that's all I need for that right now. And I will add a relation, let's see, between this line and this line, and make them vertical or collinear. It was telling me it really liked collinear, so I'll do that. Then I'll do another dimension of this right here. I think that's 0.0625. Yeah. 0.0625. Then it says to what? Distance from this point to this point is 0.09375. What else? The overall height. Yeah, the height from here up to here is 1.281. Distance on this line right here was 0.75. Okay, and then I'm going to go in there and put in a fillet, and the radius on that is 0.0625. And I want to go between this line and that line. Okay, and then I need to put in a dimension, and I actually have one more dimension that I need. I need to go from that, from this center point to this edge right here, and that value is 0.1083. And I think it says that I'm fully defined. Okay, now when I do that, I exit the sketch. When I do my solid revolution, notice it says the sketch is currently open. A non-thin revolution feature requires a closed sketch. Would you like the sketch to be automatically closed? What's happening here is this it doesn't recognize the center line. So I'm going to say no. And if I say no, notice that's a thin feature. Okay, I don't want that. So what I can do, if I could have said yes and it would automatically close it. It would change that from a center line to a regular line. But you can also go in there, whoops, I'm going to have to edit the sketch. And you can go in there and take that line, and notice it says it's for construction. You can turn that off and make it a solid line. So you can jump back and forth. Now when I do my revolution, what happened was I picked that's the axis of revolution. I need to clear that. I need the axis to be right there. sorry. And it already had the profile. And it's 360 degrees. Now you could change that if you only wanted to do half of the part or whatever. And that's how you would do that. Then of course after that you would go in and I don't know, you can do several different ways to cut that notch through there. But what I did, I think, was I just went to sketch and hit this top face and went in and looked straight down on it, if I could get there, and just drew a rectangle. Boom, boom, and dimension it, from this edge to the center. What was that, 0.781? I got the wrong one, but this is 1.5625. Then I would just use my relations, grab this in the circle, make that tangent, grab this one in the circle. Whoops, sorry, I didn't get my add relation. Here, wrong place. So right click on that, close it, or change the tangent. I like it. It's defined. Exit the sketch. Oh, not extrude boss, sorry. Extrude cut. That right there. The distance is a 1/2 inch. I don't know how I got an A in there. I like it. I accept it. Then those holes that you put here, on those, again, you would want to do the reference geometry and pick that face. Now it's not going the right direction, is it? But for the second reference, if you picked one of these faces and said parallel, now that's where it needs to be. Then you could go in there and just do your hole. Okay, and whatever type hole it's supposed to be, let's see, it's a threaded hole, isn't it? So it's a threaded hole, 3/816, and it's only going to go up to next. Okay, either up to next or up to surface, which would be this one. But let's say up to, notice up to next, it does both of them, the thread and the other. Okay, then we'd go into position, rotate over here, and we'd say on this plane, we want to put it somewhere out there, and we'll dimension it from here to, and I'm going to click on that, to there. And that value was what, 1 inch? 0.75. And then it comes from the top down, doesn't it? Yeah, from the top down to here. 0.281. Accept that. Accept that. And you've got your hole. Okay. Then you would have to go in there and put in that counterbore part. Now what we did there was we just put in another hole, and on this one it's just a simple hole. This one right here, okay, we want to show custom sizing, and that hole has to be 0.4375, and it's supposed to be, we're supposed to be able to see our drill point. We'll say blind there, and that we had to figure that out here in just a second. But the custom sizing should show me, there it is. Once I do the blind, it should show me the drill point angle, and that's actually going to be 180. Okay, now this distance here, and we have to calculate that. And that's actually out to this place right here from the center is what? Half of 3.44, so 3.44 divided by 2 is that much, minus 0.781 minus 0.625, so it should be 314. It should be our depth. So we'll go in there and we'll say 0.314, and we'll position on this plane here. Now again, we'll go ahead and look at that straight in, and we'll right click and say quick snaps, center point, pick that circle and accept it. Then if we wanted to, we could measure to make sure we're right. We could grab this face, oops, sorry, I didn't want that, I wanted the face, to this face. See that? I don't know why that's not coming up the same amount. It should be 0.625. So what I would have, it looks like I'm off a half a thousandth, all right. It's actually too deep, a half a thousandth. So I go back in there, I can right click on that, edit that, and add a half a thousandth to that. Or let's see, subtract a half a thousandth, right? So 0.31 minus 0.0005. Whoops, got too many numbers there, don't I? Now if I measure it, oh, 0.629. How did I go that? Did I get the wrong number on that? I must have left 1 0 off. .31 minus 0.0005. Let's try it again, see what happens. Huh, 0.629. I need to add, I need to go 4 thousandths deeper, don't I? I really need to see more decimal places than that. 0.31. Well, it'd be 0.31 or 315, right? Let's see what happens this time. And we'll measure from here to there. Huh, that makes no sense at all. Why that's changing that way. So, but that's, I'm going to stop this video